Over a year ago, I made this video on Forza Horizon 5 where I experimented if SUVs were good in A-class road. Safe to say, the result isn't the greatest. But today, I want to revisit this experiment with smarter upgrade choices and better driving skills after a whole year to truly see if SUVs are legitimately good or not. Don't forget to like and also subscribe to the channel to join the Forzaholics. Let's get started with our first SUV. Alright, let's get started with the 3 cars I tried last year, and then we're gonna add 2 extra SUVs to test out. So without further ado, let's get started with the first car I tested last year, the Aston Martin DBX. To put it bluntly, last year I put absolutely god-awful upgrades onto all the SUVs. So this time, I'm gonna try to experiment with the stuff that I learned after a whole year making Forza Horizon 5 online racing videos. So for this Aston right here, I put Forza Aero because I want to see if there's any sort of differences if I put Forza Aero in this thing. So there's the stats right there. If the Aero works, I'll try it with the next SUV, but if it doesn't, I'll probably not gonna put Forza Aero on the other SUV. So without further ado, I'll see. Let's go and race our first race today. Alright, so this Aston Martin, it's sort of kind of similar to the Aston Martin I built last year. It can turn, I think it can turn, but the top end is not the greatest, and we're on my favorite sprint, which has a top end section, so not looking forward to this, but we'll see what happens regardless. First car of the video is usually the car that will be the lesson for the future cars in today's video, for the later cars in today's video. So let's see how this thing performs. Okay, it turns very well actually for an SUV. It actually turns decently. There is going to be that looseness because I did make the rear arrow lower than the front arrow. Try to catch up this Ferrari 360 right here. Get out the way, Ferrari 360. This thing's actually a lot faster than I thought, though. We're actually pulling away from everybody. It's just me and this Ferrari 360. Dude, I'm performing way better than what I did last year in this thing. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Here comes the straights. Here comes the straight. This is where I'm going to be really slow, and that Ferrari 360 is pulling away. He's pulling away. He's still pulling away, dude. Oh my gosh. Somebody's coming. Mustang, yep, that guy's rapid, dude. Okay, so conclusion right now, if you put Aero on SUV, it is absolutely god-awful on the straights. Probably one of the slowest cars you would ever make. Oh my god, I'm hitting the obstacles again every time, dude. Every time I go through that turn, I always hit that stupid freaking fences. Get back on the podium. There we go. We should be able to be on the podium. That guy just completely wrecked down on the wall. Right, so in conclusion, if you put Aero on an SUV, it can turn, but it's literally the slowest car in A-class. So you know what? I think that's lesson learned for our next SUV. So let's go ahead and not put Forza Aero on our next SUV and see if there's any differences or if we can get a win from that. So let's go to the BMW X5. Alright, the X5, as you can see, I didn't put Forza Aero on this thing at all, and I decided to swap a 6.5 liter V12 right here. So there's the stats right there, 4,000 pounds, 731 horsepower. This thing does top out at around 200 miles an hour, I think so. I'm hoping it can turn though. It may go fast on straight, but can it turn though? There's only one way to find out, and that's racing. So let's go and do our next race. Honestly, dude, I got no clue if this thing's even remotely good, even without Forza Aero and topping out at like 195 miles an hour. I don't even know if this thing turns well or not, but we're in a circuit, so might as well give it a go, you know? X5, let's see if you're good at it or not. Okay, pretty bang average start, to be honest. There's nothing much to report on that. Here comes the turns. Actually, decent turning ability for an SUV without Forza Aero, so I commend this car on that. We're up to P4. Alright, is this a sign that you don't need Forza Aero for these SUVs? I don't know. Let's keep going. If we can get on the podium, then yeah, I would say so. Holy moly, that was a literal Need for Speed takedown. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, the dude literally spun out too. That was absolutely ridiculous. I've been playing Forza Horizon 5 for a very long time, and that's like the first ever time I've seen a proper takedown like that, dude. That is absolutely ridiculous. This thing is actually decently fast for an SUV. We're actually keeping up with this Acura NSX here, one of the meta cars in A-class. Is it mostly coming down to skill? Yeah, probably mostly skill, but it's probably the car. Let's be honest here. It's definitely the car, and this thing is actually showing that is actually pretty decent. Ferrari 360 right is going to be on the outside. Are you just trying to pull a Fernando? Holy crap, he just pulled a Fernando Alonso on me, dude.
Keller, the current leader, and then Michael goes to the inside, tries to block the line in 130.
Oh my word! That was an absolutely diabolical move, and you know what? I commend him on that. That was a great move. But I'm coming back. I'm going to be diving on the inside. Put hard on the brakes. He's gonna sweep in. Is he gonna sweep in?
Hello there.
He is. Whoa! Clone attack! What is this? The Clone Wars? I got 2 Ferrari 360s hogging on me, dude. What the frick was that? And that freaking Ferrari 360 just brake checked the other Ferrari 360. It's the Clone Wars, dude. Get out the way, Ferrari 360 number 1. I need to get back on the podium against the other Ferrari 360. And both of the Ferrari 360s are pulling away from me. Okay, great. Just great. Just great. Just brilliant. You know what? That's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign that if I don't put Forza Era on any SUVs, it'll be quick. Maybe the X5 is not a good car. Maybe another SUV is a good car. So I'm looking forward to testing out the other SUVs we're checking out in today's video. Man, that is really the Clone Wars, dude. Though both of those Ferrari 360s attacking that freaking Acura NSX. Jesus H. Christ. All right, P5. You know what? That's a better result of the P8 from the Aston Martin DBX. I will happily take it, dude. Let's move on to the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Alright, the Grand Cherokee track hog. Track is in its name, so that means can it turn? I got no clue, but here's the stats right here. 791 horsepower, we're gonna be heavier. I got a feeling this is gonna be worse than the BMW, but there's only one way to find out, and that's racing, so let's go and race. Hey, we're back doing the Aero Turbo Sprint. You know what? That's perfect for a car like this, because the top speed, it's also 195 miles an hour.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let's see if this thing is better than the X5. I need to get on the podium, dude. I really do need to get on the podium. So without further ado, we're starting all the way in dead last, I think. No, we're not. Anyways, let's go. Supercharged V8, better do me justice here. This thing is heavier than the X5, so the turning ability might be worse. Actually, it's not too bad so far here. There is a bit of input delay if you need to freaking turn left, right, zigzag kind of thing. Get out the way, dude. I'm a heavy 4,700-pound car. If you try to push me off the road, that's not gonna happen.
Hi, how are you?
Whoa, that Corvette came out of nowhere, dude. That thing literally just went all the way to the grass like it's Alex Albon.
Try and stop me getting past. That's fine. I'll get through on the grass.
Dude, the podium's right there. Okay, here comes the straight line. Here comes the straight line. Can I pull? Come on, Grand Cherokee. Oh, the Corvette. Here comes the Corvette. Passing on the grass like Alex Albon again.
I'll get through on the grass.
Oh no, this is not good, boys. This is not good. SUVs so far isn't looking good. How come trucks perform better than this?
Bruh.
Pickup trucks are performing better than this. Okay, next SUV we're trying out, I have an experiment. I'm gonna experiment with the next SUV because I don't understand why this thing isn't performing up to par like the pickup trucks I did a few videos ago. At least let's try to salvage a top 5. Maybe a top 5 will be nice enough. Am I in P4? I am in P4. Wait, what happened to the NSX? I mean, either way, I'll take a P4. Oh, God. Owie. We didn't get a penalty, though. Thank goodness. Yeah, P4. I'll take it. Okay, yeah. So far in this experiment, all the SUVs are pretty mediocre. They're actually pretty freaking mediocre. So you know what? I'm gonna test out 2 more SUVs. This next one, I'm going to experiment. So let's go to our next SUV. Alright, here's my experiment, okay? This is the Porsche Macan Turbo from 2019, and as you can see on the tire compound, I put off-road tires on this thing, so we're gonna handle like shit, probably, but our pure speed on the straight should be improved because I put extra horsepower, so here's the stats right here. Yes, 667 horsepower is less than the last 2 cars, but look at the weight. 3,300 pounds. That's sports car, supercar territory right there. So, without further ado, let's see if this experiment works or not, and let's go to our next race. Honestly, I'm losing all hopes for the SUVs here. I don't understand why SUVs are performing worse than the freaking pickup trucks. If you watch my pickup truck video, you know how well those things actually perform. But now, with the SUVs, I've lost all hopes, dude. I think I have an idea for my final SUV just to get my cortisol level up. So, yeah. Here we go. There goes the 8.6. There goes the Alfa Romeo. There goes the Dodge Dart. That Dodge Dart hit the wall. Goodbye. This Macan doesn't turn. This Macan feels sloppy. This Porsche feels really sloppy, dude. Usually I would go flat out through there, but not in this thing, dude. Jesus Christ, there goes that Lotus. It doesn't brake too. Man, this thing doesn't feel good at all. I guess it's safe to say, coming to the second lap, my experiment failed. My experiment failed miserably, and it's not good at all. This is not a good sign at all, dude. This thing just doesn't feel good at all, but that's the wall. That's the checkpoint. I got it. Holy crap. I don't know how I managed to get that checkpoint, but I did, dude. Oh, my days. Ow, dude, come on. I've already suffered enough. What the hell would you want to hit me, dude? That's... Okay, yeah. I'm losing all motivation of just driving the SUVs here, dude. What a disaster of a car, dude. What an absolute disaster of a car. My experiment failed miserably. Yeah, dude, we haven't even got a podium this whole video. But that's about to change because I've had enough of these SUVs. There's only one SUV in this game that is remotely fast, and I think you know which one I'm talking about. Let's just get a cheap podium using that car then. Let's go.
I don't care anymore.
Let's go get our podium. Yeah, let's be honest here. I'm not gonna get a podium regardless in this freaking thing. I just want to get a cheap podium, dude. Look, in conclusion, if you're gonna race SUVs in A-class instead of pickup trucks, go get the pickup trucks instead. They perform way better, but let's just get a cheap podium in the actual car SUV that's designed for the road. This thing, let's go. What I'm gonna do here is to lock in and be a complete freaking tryhard because I really do need a podium here, dude. Actually, at this pace, we might be able just to get not just a podium, but also a win because, yeah, this thing is fast. Wow, so this thing's okay. Okay, yeah, the freaking netcode absolutely got destroyed there, dude. I got no clue what the frick just happened. We're in P1, dude. We are in P1. Come on, X5. Come on, X5. That pole really slowed me down hard, dude. Oh my god. We're actually catching up to that Bantam blade. We're actually catching up to that Bantam blade. We might be able to win this, actually. We're gonna be on the podium, but we might actually be able to win this. Jesus Christ, come on. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. We were close, though. We did get close, but it wasn't enough. Hey, I said I wanted a cheap podium. I got my cheap podium, so yeah, once again. In conclusion, SUVs a year later, with me being better at upgrades, it's still pretty freaking mid. Don't use SUVs in road racing, except this thing. Except this thing. I'd rather use pickup trucks than SUVs, so yeah, if you enjoyed these content concepts, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel to join the Forzaholics. Other than that, thank you so much for dropping by. I'll see you guys next time, alright? See ya.